Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another action movie night. Tonight I will be reviewing Diamonds Are Forever, released in 1971. Directed by Guy Hamilton from a script by Richard Maibaum and Tom Mankiewicz. Starring Sean Connery, Jill St. John, Charles Gray, Lana Wood, Jimmy Dean, Norman Burton, Bernard Lee, Desmond Llewelyn, and Lois Maxwell. Now, this was the return to the role of Bond after Sean Connery had turned down the chance to reprise his role in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. And the Broccoli's had to fork up a big amount of money on this one to get him to return for this one. A record sum at the time of $1.5 million. And I think it was worth it just to get him back one last time in a Ion Bond film. And it's just weird, though, that this film actually takes elements that, with the ending to On Her Majesty's Secret Service, with Bond getting married and his wife being killed by Blofeld. And, you know, it has those elements where he's wanting revenge for his wife in this and everything, but it's so weird that he never did any of that stuff, this version of Bond, the Sean Connery version. So it's weird for him to take up the mantle and be the man wanting revenge after George Lazenby played the role. But then, of course, you have Jill St. John as Tiffany Case, and she is a pretty decent Bond girl. I don't think she's one of the best Bond girls, but she's very likable in her role, as she always was in any role she played. She was always good as a character and made her characters always likable and enjoyable to watch. And she's like that in this. And then you have Charles Gray. Now, I have said in the past that I absolutely love Charles Gray. He's an awesome actor. I cannot believe that this guy was not given more opportunities that he deserved. I mean, he had all this skill, and Hollywood never jumped on it. Hell, even Hammer only used him once, and that was in the legendary, awesome film, The Devil Rides Out, with him playing the role of Mikado. And that being said, I do not think this was good casting, putting Charles Gray in here as the character of Blofeld. Just like I didn't think that it was good casting in On Her Majesty's Secret Service with Telly Savalas. I love Telly Savalas and I love Charles Gray, but neither one of those guys fit the role of Blofeld. Number one, Telly Savalas didn't have the scar on his face. He had the bald head, but his attitude was just completely nothing like what you want for the character of Blofeld. And Charles Gray is the same way. His version of this Blofeld character is this charismatic and suave and smooth character. Nothing like the most iconic and most badass version of this character. You Only Live Twice's Donald Pleasence. That performance cannot be topped by any actor. And if you're going to do it, at least do it where you make the character have the quirks and the style of Donald Pleasence's version of the character. The scar on his face, the bald head, those are parts of his character. And yet, Telly Savalas had the bald head, but he didn't have the scar on his face. And Charles Gray has neither. He has no bald head and no scar on his face. So it's just so ridiculous that he's playing this character, because it feels like a different Bond villain, and they're just naming him Blofeld. So I think that was a miss by the Broccoli's to have him come in and play this role. Jimmy Dean is excellent in his role as Willard White. He is hilarious in the sequences he's in, and I've always loved Jimmy Dean, whether it was as a singer or whether it was as a sausage maker. I mean, I just absolutely love him. He's just got that cool-ass personality and that, you know, that country attitude and that country style of his voice, the way he talks. He's just very, very likable. And in this, he's playing this rich guy and everything, and he's still highly likable as the character. And I think he did a great job in here. Then you have Norman Burton as Felix Leiter, and I like Norman Burton as an actor, but I don't think he's the best choice for Felix Leiter. Yeah, it's unfortunate that could have never gotten Jack Lord back to play that role, because I think he was the definitive Felix. And then, of course, we have Bernard Lee as M and Desmond Llewelyn as Q. And they are both excellent in their roles in this as well. Now, when it comes to Miss Moneypenny, this was a film where they were not going to bring her back because she had a salary dispute. So Lois Maxwell wasn't even going to be in this film. But they ironed things out. But at the time, they didn't have anything for her still, even though they ironed things out between them. And it looked like she wasn't going to make it into the film at all. And then they did a last-minute rewrite and wrote the scene in where she appears in the film. And I like that she's in it, but I hate the way it's executed, because Sean Connery and her never really work together in this sequence. Each one of these actors, Sean Connery and Lois Maxwell, shot their sequences separate. And then the magic of editing put them together in the scene. And it's just, we like to see Bond and Miss Moneypenny's chemistry working off of each other, and you don't get that in this film because they weren't really working together. But I do like Diamonds Are Forever. It does slide too far into that, awkward humor aspect that I didn't like with some of Guy Hamilton's other Bond films that he directed. But, getting Sean Connery back one last time in one of these official films, you can't complain too much. It is still a damn good film, and it is a damn good send-off for him if this would have been his last. So my final review for Diamonds Are Forever, I am going to give this film a 8.9 out of 10. This is a hell of a Bond film. Sean Connery is excellent. He's still playing the role as badass as he ever did. And some of the other aspects could have been done better, though. But what do you guys think of Diamonds Are Forever? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up on the schedule for all other subscribers. So, if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies or TV shows or ranking videos on this channel that I might not normally cover, become a Plus member. Well, that's it for another action movie night. If you missed last week's action movie night, check out the link above to get caught up on that one. And if you've missed any other videos, check out this down here where you can watch a playlist of any of our action movie nights that you have missed.